It's the start of summer, and a time when anglers get ready to face the so-called dog days of summer. It's also a time when anglers go on point, looking for explosive topwater action that summertime is so famous for. So sit back, everybody, as the Thunder Valley Outdoors Future Pro Tour presents to you Rollin' on the River.
Rollin', rollin', rollin' on the river.
Everybody. All right, that's a good fish that's going to try to take over the big fish.
It's that time. Time for fun, excitement, and all the vast fishing action you can handle. Get ready, everybody, for the Thunder Valley Outdoors Future Pro Tour.
Precision-built performance, responsive engineering, and revolutionary design. Welcome to the accelerated look, feel, and all-out muscle of the Ranger Z520 Comanche. Powered with the 250 HO Evinrude E-Tech, the only outboard with no dealer schedule maintenance for 3 years. This rig is built to excel. The Ranger Z520 and Evinrude 250 HO. Don't just separate yourself from the pack, leave it. Evinrude E-Tech. Spend more time on the water.
Hello, everybody. Future Pro Tour 2010. We're here with Tony Franceschi, Ranger Pro and Evinrude Pro, kind of giving us a recap of the first half of the season. We're here at the midway point. We've been to Berryessa, been to Folsom, been to Shasta. We're now at the Delta, and this marks the midway point for the Future Pro Tour season. These guys have got a challenge, have had a challenging year, and have a challenging year ahead of them. What's your take on all of this, Tone?
Well, you're right, Vince. I mean, what's exciting about the circus, we go to a lot of different lakes, and it spans over a good portion of the year. We've had our springtime tournaments. The weather's been crazy this year, and it's kind of pushed spring out a little bit, and we're just starting to see post-spawn conditions now. So where we were fishing springtime conditions in the first 3 tournaments, now we're hitting post-spawn, and it's going to extend into the summer patterns at the later lakes. So it's really, really neat, because when you look at the Angler of the Year standings, there's less than 10 points that separate first and second place. And because the conditions are different now, and we're going to different bodies of water, and we're fishing different types of, or different times of the year, we could see that totally turn upside down and somebody else come out on top at the end.
Absolutely, and we're going to Clear Lake is next after this. That's one of your favorite lakes. Clear Lake in the hot summer, Oroville, then Comanche. What are you thinking about these lakes coming down the pike?
Well, you're right. Clear Lake is definitely my favorite lake. I love the Delta as well. So tomorrow, it's going to be a great event. Going to be big weights weighed in. Clear Lake, same thing. It's going to be a big bass brawl. And then we're going to go to Oroville. The weights aren't going to be as big, but it's still going to be a challenging tournament. A lot of fish caught, and there's going to be ounces, fractions of ounces that separate everybody,
exciting.
which is fantastic. But when you get to Comanche's a little different type of lake. I've seen some big weights come out of Comanche, and it's going to be interesting to see the time of year you're going to see what kind of weights are going to come out of Comanche. So I'm really looking forward to it.
And a lot of people don't ever fish Comanche, so it's kind of a wild card in there. But then we're going to go into the Classic, and the Classic is day 1 on Lake Comanche and day 2 right here on the California Delta in November. And then someone's going to win a new Ranger boat for first, and the second through 10th is going to win a Toyota Tundra. Man, that's exciting stuff.
That's very exciting stuff. And the nice thing about the Classic, it is on 2 different bodies of water. Again, Comanche can kick out some big bags, and if a guy finds a big bag, they're going to be one step ahead of everybody else on Comanche. But when you get to the Delta, it could turn it, once again, it could turn it upside down. Somebody can come from way back in the pack with a huge bag. And in November on the Delta, I've seen 25, 30-pound bags weighed. So it's going to be a great event.
We've got an exciting year coming. We're at the midway point. Let's stay tuned. We're going to see how it's all going to work out. Good luck on the tour this year with FLW. And we're going to get back to more Future Pro Tour action in just a moment. Stay tuned.
Out there, catch a fish, catch some big ones, maybe home, take a check of mama.
I'm ready to stick a big one.
I just saw a 10-pounder jump, guys. There he is, 62, 62, 68. There's 57, come on up.
Gonna go see if we can get them. I don't know, we'll see. Been out a couple times this week, and the biggest fish I've caught is 3.5 pounds. So it's all right. Today's a different story. Today's when it counts. If we get them, we get them. If we don't, then we don't. But we'll see what we can do. We know we're gonna try.
72, I see you right there, 72. Time to rock and roll!
The weather is very cool for this time of year, and the wind is starting to pick up early as anglers line up for the morning blast-off. It's important to remember that all boats must have working running lights and kill switches, and anglers must be wearing life jackets whenever the big motor is on. The word on the dock is that areas off the San Joaquin, such as Sherman Island, are producing good. But seasoned river anglers know that the Delta and its over 1,000 miles of waterways can produce big fish anytime, anywhere. There is a 5-fish limit. All fish must measure a minimum of 13 inches. Fish must be kept alive to avoid penalties. The heaviest weight for 5 fish wins the event. The evening before this event, the Future Pro Tour hosted its first ever Delta Pre-Fish Expo, featuring some of the West's top pro anglers. And at this expo, the pros came out in force to deliver valuable information that would help those anglers that may find the Delta bite to be a tough one.
Hey Future Pro Tournament anglers, this is Len Vinci with Humminbird Electronics with your electronics tip of the week. Sonar has come a long ways in the last 10 years with high definition sonar to beautiful color screens. Now side imaging has taken the world by storm, allowing the angler to see up to 480 feet total to the sides of the boat, seeing photo-like 3-dimensional views, allowing them to see objects and structure never the way they've ever seen before. Side imaging gives them the ability to identify structure like they have always had to guess with 2D. Side imaging is here to stay. With the advantages of side imaging over the last couple years, anglers have asked how can they get that type of detail, that type of image directly below the boat. Humminbird for 2010 has come out with down imaging. This allows the angler to look directly below the boat and give them those 3-dimensional views, those type of images that they're actually seeing on side imaging. Down imaging, the future of sonar. So there you have it, Future Pro anglers, side imaging and down imaging, sonar of the future.
Take the water by storm with Humminbird sonar technology. Choose between 2 high-performance display modes and decide how you read the water with Switchfire sonar. See picture-like images to either side of the boat with side imaging. Or choose all-new down imaging for crystal-clear views directly below you. Fish smarter with Switchfire, side imaging, and down imaging. Only from Humminbird. Simply, clearly, better.
You know what bugs me? Everybody assumes I'm gonna be this aggressive player, but it's just not true. I like to take it slow, grind it out. But sometimes you just have to press. It's like Grandpappy used to say, if you're gonna be a bear, be a grizzly. Grr.
Unexpected Treasures is here through June 26th. Win up to $50,000 in cash and prizes, including a new Ford, Harley-Davidson, or Mazda.
It was a bear metaphor. I'm a bear.
This portion of the Thunder Valley Outdoors Future Pro Tour has been presented in part by Navionics, Lucky Craft, Cocoons Eyewear, Gamakatsu USA, Tracy Toyota. And although the weather cooperated somewhat with winds dying down in the area such as Mildred Island, many anglers found that the tough delta bite that has been prevalent all year long was still in full effect. Rock Slough had a lot of what's known as delta cheese all around it, which can be conducive for topwater frog and punching action. And Bobby Detner and partner Mo Martinez, as well as many others, gave it a shot.
Ralph Diaz, Trevor Gray, fishing the Delta, having fun, throwing some frogs, Senkos, trying to do our thing here. Not quite on them yet, but it's gonna happen.
We fished for the central region. We thought we'd come up here and fish as a pre-fish and put a little money on it, but looks like it's not a good idea right now. Hopefully tomorrow.
First year of fishing the Future Pro Tour, so it's kind of fun, enjoying it.
Bob Leatherwood and son are both newcomers to the Future Pro Tour, and though this fish is small, both are glad to finally get some kind of action going.
I can't show them that one.
Hi, you're watching Future Pro Tour on Comcast Sportsnet.
Hello everybody, Vince Harris, president of the Thunder Valley Outdoors Future Pro Tour, the largest and most exciting amateur bass fishing circuit in the West, a place where people of all ages and skill levels can come and build on their bass fishing skills in a fun yet competitive environment. We are proud to have as a supporter of our organization, Tracy Toyota, and a gentleman who needs no introduction. He's an NFL Hall of Famer, 49er football legend, and happens to be the president of Tracy Toyota, Mr. Ronnie Lott. Ronnie, it's so good to have you guys with us as supporters of the tour.
Thank you.
As you know, as we've talked before, the tour is all about building bass fishing skills with kids, with families, and in building those skills, you build confidence. Right. And when you do confidence, it exudes out and it spills out in the community. Right. And that seems to be congruent with your message, a community driven by champions.
Yes, it is. And what's fascinating, though, is that I don't have any bass fishing skills, but we're partnering with you, and the reason why we're partnering with you, we understand what you guys are all about. Okay. We understand that experience of making sure that that family is involved is what we try to do here at Tracy Toyota. So we understand it. Now you just got to help me with my bass fishing skills, okay? Right. Because I can catch customers, but I don't know if I can catch fish.
Okay. How long have you guys been around the community in Tracy?
Well, we've been here now 10 years. It's fascinating as we've seen this community grown. Wow. We understand that there's just an enormous amount of opportunities here in Tracy, but better yet, just knowing what you guys have done. I mean, that's the beauty of what we've seen is you've grown, we've grown, and I think the best part about it is we've grown with people. We've grown with our customers, we've grown with the experiences of sharing all of those wonderful moments of seeing somebody get a fish, but seeing somebody take a car or getting those keys. It's a great experience.
Exactly. And that's what bass fishing is all about. It's about growing. You start here and you build it up, and life happens and you just keep rolling with it, and it makes for fun and excitement. And we're glad to have you guys again. Glad to have you as part of the 2010 Future Pro Tour. And we're going to wish all of you out there as we go into the season good luck and good fishing.
Oh, definitely.
You too.
Oh, you're going to help me?
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
Thanks a lot, man.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
Truck guys told us what matters in a half-ton is guts, so we gave this truck a big rear axle, a stronger frame, and the biggest honking bed. All to help it handle payloads of 2,000 pounds. Which answers the age-old question of how to put a ton of whatever in a half-ton bag. Available on the all-new full-size Tundra. The truck that's changing it all.
Drop by and see the new Toyota Tundras and certified used vehicles at Tracy Toyota, Northern California's premier Toyota dealership, where our superior customer service makes the difference.
I've been fishing Future Pro for this 3rd year. My partner, who's my son-in-law, turned pro, so he can't fish with me no more. And needless to say, I'm not doing quite as good as when we were fishing together.
And fishing in our youth division with his grandfather Tom Pearson is young Connor Yearling, who shows everyone that he can do more than just chew bubble gum, and shows off one of the keepers that helped he and Grandpa fill out their 5-fish limit.
We'll wait and see. Hopefully better than last time. I want that Ranger boat. Cinco fish. Mostly on Cincos. Yeah, Cinco's basically the old-fashioned way, not wacky. They haven't hit the wacky worm today at all, at least for us. Maybe everybody else did good on them.
Chelsea Nadeau shows she's a trooper as she, fishing solo without her husband Matt, is learning what it's like to fish without a good team partner.
Big time. It's different not having my husband on the boat. Very different.
Wow.
I'm used to having him help me net the fish. I definitely need a little bit of help there, but I'm having a good time. It's a beautiful day. It's not too hot. It's a good Future Pro day. I can do it on my own. I can get a limit here. I got lots of time.
The team of Tyler and Wright show that perseverance pays off. Even though they missed this one strike, they stay with it and finally catch a fish.